Hello beautiful YouTube people, I hope you're well. I'm well. I'm here in Switzerland at Lake Geneva having a very beautiful break in between touring concerts. So life is grand and I've got a little bit of time to sit down and show you some cool stuff. This is something that I like to do quite often, and it's basically something that immediately and simply adds the Spanish or the flamenco or the Mexican or whatever you want to call it, adds that flavor to your guitar playing. Pretty simply. Let me show you basically what I'm talking about. So something like that. You can also do it in other places. And those trills, kind of reminiscent of a trumpet line that you might hear in an old Western film or something like that. Quite simple to play and also challenging enough to be interesting, and they've got some technique there as well. So let's, without further ado, get into it. The first one that I did was on the top E string. It was the first fret, hammering to the third, and the interesting thing about this is that we're going to hammer and pull off. So I'm actually only going to strike the string once. The first note I'm striking with my right hand, and the rest are just left hand legato. So I strike once. So the notes, first fret of the top E string, then now I'm going to pick them because I'm not cheating, but because I'm doing it slow. First fret of the E string, third fret of the E string, back to first, then pull off to the open, and then hammer off, and pull off, and hammer onto the one. So it's 1 3 1 0 1, and you're only picking once. 1 3 1 0 1. This is a perfect example of something that needs to be practiced slowly to get it right. 1 3 1 0 1, and then I go to the next string. So that's a cool sound. Do a big E chord. I always do my E chord with my pinky nail. You might notice I grow my pinky nail slightly long just so I can get that twang. A lot of Spanish guitarists on nylon string or classical guitarists grow all of their right hand pinkies long. I'm not ready for that kind of commitment, firstly, and secondly, I'm not a finger picker and I use a plectrum. Even though I'm not using the plectrum in this lesson, I've got it just in its little spot there. But one nail that's kind of, I don't know, how many, like 3 millimeters long, allows me to get that sound every now and then when I want it. So that's pretty cool. And with the chords, I'm just doing a big E major chord. But if you've watched any of my lessons or if you've got any grounding in yourself, you should know some cool chord combinations that sound a bit Spanish. So there's the E to the F, G to the F, and there's heaps of other stuff. So I've got other videos on that, and I'm encouraging you to go off and make your own little patterns. I'm not here to teach you songs or even to teach you pieces of music. I'm here to teach you concepts that you can then use to further your own playing. So here's another example of that, slightly different notes. Here I'm on the D string, the 4th string, and I'm going to go 2 3 2 0 2, and then on the A string 2 3 2 0 2, 2 3 2 0 2. There's a boat pulling up. I hope that's not too annoying. Big F chord. So you can do a lot of cool stuff with that. Thank you for watching. I hope your guitar playing is going really well. I hope you're practicing and enjoying your playing. It's always supposed to be fun. If something's giving you kind of like a mental block or it's just not working, don't worry about that. Don't do that unless you're kind of, I don't know, rehearsing for a concert or something. You have to play that song, well then sure, whatever. But if you're doing something like that, you're probably quite advanced anyway and probably don't really need my help very much. So good luck, enjoy. Thank you very much. Leave me a comment, let me know how you're going.